Good morning. So I want to talk a little bit about the twin flame dynamics and how when you meet your twin flame, you are polar opposites. It's like looking at yourself in this strange kind of mirror that is reflecting back to you, but it's reflecting back to you all of your as well as all of your strengths, all of your imbalances, and all of the answers for my healing, for me. So the spiritual awakening is coming into alignment with ourselves, is coming into pure balance, is coming into a place of wholeness, a place where our vibration is in sync with the divine, where we're not out of vibration, where we're in our true nature and standing upright. I did a video about this probably like 2 videos ago. And when you meet your divine opposite, all of the answers for your healing are within him. And all of the answers for his healing are within me. And you can observe the places that you are out of balance, and you can, like, through him being the polar opposite, you can observe the places that he is out of balance, and you can bring yourself into balance in those places. So if it is like divine feminine and divine masculine, you know, the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy, they meet in the middle. So through your meeting with your twin, you can bring yourself into balance. You can see the places that you are out of balance. He will reflect them back to you as a polar opposite. So for instance, if I am chasing, then he doesn't want anything to do with that. He's going to be the opposite. So the places that I am out of balance, he is reflecting back to me. He is pulling back in those same places. So it's an imbalance. So as we both balance out, do the individual work, each of us within ourselves, and bring ourselves into balance, we're also balancing out that counter, because we're countering each other. It's like a counter reaction. So wherever I am out of balance in my feminine energy, or in my energy, wherever I am out of balance, because we are the same vibration, I am going to push him into imbalance in those places as well. So it's like a magnet. And when we meet our twin flame, it's like this strong magnet. We are like drawn to them. We're attracted to them. So we use attraction for, like, we're attracted to somebody. But what I found to be true in attraction is that whenever we find somebody that we're really attracted to, we are attracted to them because they have keys for our expansion. Our soul wants to be close to them because there is something within them that will expand us, because we have come here to be expansive, to heal, to not only heal ourselves, but also heal the planet, to expand the planet. And whatever is in expansion is you feel fulfilled. Whenever you are in expansion, you feel fulfilled. That is the reason. So we are always drawn to others or to situations that have keys for our expansion. Sometimes it can be that we're drawn to the darkness because the darkness will give us contrast for our growth. So that's why sometimes we get into relationships that aren't in sync with us, that are destructive even for us, so that we can destruct in order to grow from it, or we get into destructive habits so that we can grow from it. So we're always attracted to what is going to give us growth. And we are, as we go through life, we're attracted to different things in various levels, and we're always the most attracted to what is going to give us the most growth. So when we meet our twin flame, it's like there's this immense attraction, which is like a magnetic pull to them, because they are like the ultimate tool for expansion for us. And they are a pure reflection of ourselves. It is the most expansive that we can find. The thing is, the draw is so strong that when you first meet, it can be like explosive. It can be like two planets colliding. The magnetic force is so strong that you collide and then you are like thrown apart. Also, because the mirrors you're getting are so painful, there's also the ecstatic part of it. You get this, the mirrors of you that reinforce you, that bring you, that show you your light, the ecstatic mirrors. But there's also those mirrors that show you all the darkness. It's like you're taking light and you are shedding light on all of your shadows, because you can see this person so clearly. So as each of us, the work for us to do is our own inner work. So when we meet our twin flame, they give us like the shock into this twin flame journey. And whoever's on the twin flame journey, you don't have a question if you're on the twin flame journey. When you meet your polar opposite, first of all, it's like looking into this funky mirror. It's like all of a sudden you're like, where did this come from? What? You're shocked. I personally started remembering past lives, which before that I didn't, and I had never heard of twin flames before that. I had been on a spiritual journey for quite a while and had done already part of quite a bit of the process. And in all honesty, I feel like my twin came into my life before I even knew that he came in physically. I've said this before in previous videos. I feel like he's been present in my life a lot longer than I know about. That he has been there in the background. That we did meet before, and before I had that soul recognition. Before it took a couple of times after we met that I actually had soul recognition, which hit me like a ton of bricks. But with this twin flame connection and the twin flame dynamics, when all of the answers for his healing are within me, and there is nothing that I need to do. I can enhance it by paying close attention. The places that I am out of balance, I will find that polar imbalance in him. And the places that he is out of balance, I can see, and then I can bring myself more towards the medium of that. And in that way, each of us brings our own selves into balance, right? We each have our own individual work to do, but we are coming towards this polar center. And you could see it as like there's a center, and then we flow around it in perfect harmony. But until we purify ourselves, there cannot be a connection, because every time that you have that meeting, you're colliding again. Every time that you have that meeting, there is an imbalance in the spiral, and you're thrown back out of it until each individual one purifies themselves. So each of us on this journey, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. See, the divine feminine is to come back into her goddess energy, into her pure essence, into her light. And so is the divine masculine. And the divine masculine is to come into his God energy and into his strength and all of his masculine. It's also about balancing the masculine and the feminine within. But when you meet divine masculine, it's like meeting a god and a goddess as the divine feminine. So each of us individually must do the internal work and bring ourselves to that place of medium. Otherwise, there cannot be an external bonding of the divine feminine, the divine masculine. There will always be an imbalance because we have each individually come in separate bodies, and each of us have had separate experiences, and we have separate egos and separate personalities, and that each of us need to purify this back to soul level in order for the vibration to be in sync. It's like imagining two things vibrating, right? But they're the exact same vibration, so they're wanting to constantly come together. But on top of this one, there's a ding, and on top of this one, there's a ding. So the vibration is going to be off. They're going to be magnetized, but then there's going to be this friction because the vibration is off. So it will constantly be like a magnet being magnetized together, finding those places of friction, each individual being like catapulted away from the other. It's like the force of like colliding, and then you're thrown off of each other back to fix those little vibrational tweaks. So there is no right or wrong. It's all a process. It's all, you can't be ahead of where you are before you're there. And the more meetings that you have, and it doesn't have to be only in the physical world, because we are connected also on the spiritual and through telepathy. You can always feel them. It's like you feel your home. It's like you feel your other. It's like this warm, gushy, like you have this other divine counterpart. It's like you have this other being in the world that is almost like accountable for you, but not really accountable for you, because that's not exactly the word, but that that is there, somebody that that is there, and that it's really we're the blessed ones. So this meeting with the twin flame, if we really we can use this mirror wherever. We can use it in so many different ways. First of all, we can see the places that we are out of sync if we're willing to look inward and to allow ourselves. And we can also see the places that they're out of sync. We can reflect it, which we're doing in any case. We really don't have to do anything. In any case, we're reflecting back to them their places of, they're just like we're getting the reflections on ourselves, and we know that there's so many times that it is not intentional. We're getting these reflections just by the other person's existence, just by their being. We're getting these reflections. So in any case, the work is our own work to do. And then once we rise into our God essence, it really doesn't matter. See, we're going to be so full and whole within ourselves that we complete our own selves. So then just having, it's when you go through the spiritual awakening and you're awoken, if the other counterpart comes in, it doesn't determine my happiness or my feeling of being complete or me entering into the Garden of Eden. We each individually have to enter into the Garden of Eden. So the Garden of Eden would be that place of stillness, the place of completeness, the place that you know that you are whole, the place of gratitude, a place of pure bliss. And so each of us individually, I don't know where there's going to be parking. It looks like the whole city's parking was taken. So each of us individually must rise into those places, that place on our own. So we must purify ourselves. So we have so much work to do by ourselves before we even think about any kind of union. That's why if you are constantly chasing, there is no purpose in that, because the combine can't happen in any case. And it can't. I know that we're magnetized to the other person, and we're constantly going and getting reflections, but to want the connection, to feel that connection before you have purified yourself is it can't happen anyway. So it's kind of like you're going against yourself. You are you're setting yourself up for just continuing to loop, right? Because if you're chasing, you're not doing the internal work. And I know that part of the whole thing is the chasing, right? There is a part on this journey of just chasing. And everything happens for a reason. But the more that you can detox from the chasing and get into your own, into your own internal place. Okay, no, that's not working. Well, I'm gonna have to start paying attention here a little bit so that I can find some parking. So, So I think that I'm going to go ahead and sum this up. So when we meet our twin flame, it catapults us into the spiritual awakening, which we have to complete in order to be able to even find union, which when you complete it, union is not the main the biggest point of this. The biggest point of this is our own personal spiritual awakening and rising into the Garden of Eden during this lifetime and on this plane. And we can use our twin flame as a mirror to catapult us, to bring us even further into, every time to go back and get a mirror, and kind of just telling about the dynamics. So thank you for watching.